All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Agada.
Mbijan aganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la.
Ha, code nyingi.
Okay. What's that? Nsila ID soto.
Ah, sasa. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariya.
Ah,
mbare ki janna nun kunu bara tariya.
Ah, jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Ha. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong labe.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Ha. Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo palindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi man domorol dir fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo nga fa kendol sotale je.
Ha, wo moyo diat ha.
Apelenta
baraka. Ni wo kani na lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Baraka.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Kerr, Fatou, and today we have with me here today, I have the pleasure of inviting Miss Lovette Jallow to talk to her about what her NGO does and how she came into contact with the girls from Lebanon and a lot of other issues that we will talk about once we get into the conversation. Miss Jallow, I'll just allow you to introduce yourself and welcome to Kerr, Fatou.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Lovette Jallow, and I'm the founder of the NGO Action for Humanity. Oli, thank you so much for having me on Kerr Fatou.
Okay, just to start, I would like you to tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Lovette Jallow?
I cannot answer because I think even those who know me will have a difficulty answering that. What I can say is I am an ex-activist. I am a community organizer. I'm a lecturer and author of 2 published books. The second one coming in November on racism in the West against Black bodies. And I used to be an entrepreneur as well.
All right, wow, that's interesting. And also you are the founder of Action for Humanity. Can you please tell us more about your NGO and what inspired you to set it up?
It was just an NGO I set up in 2017 to help me be able to legally help in Libya, where a lot of Black bodies were being sold into slavery and it's still happening to this day, actually. But I needed to set up my NGO to be able to work within the guidelines of the EU and the UN when it comes to disaster countries like Libya.
In one of your Facebook lives where you've talked about how you've helped the Backway boys who were in Libya. Can you just elaborate a bit more on that? What support did you provide for them?
Basically, we shipped over a 40-foot container via a company called Kerr in Sweden. We engaged a lot of Swedish people, Black, white, and brown, to donate sanitary pads, food, clothing. And then we shipped it to Tripoli in Libya. And then we landed in Tripoli and distributed it into camps. And then we helped and facilitated some repatriation there as well. That's as much as I can share from that project.
Okay, then we don't even have to go further. So now let's talk about the issue of the girls in Lebanon. Can you just tell us how you get to know about their flight in Lebanon? The issues that they're facing. What do you mean? Issues that they're facing, how did you get to know about it?
I think I've answered this quite a few times. It's the same thing here as well. I was doing a live on my platform in front of 105,000 people. And I was explaining why I am not going to be false and say, pray for Lebanon or pray for this or pray for that or donate here, when I know the history and the present of Lebanon with my people, the Gambian people and Black people in general. And after I made that video discussing the issues that Gambians have had in Lebanon for the last 70 years, this is not new, I received an email, Facebook Messenger from one of the girls in Lebanon called Fatou. And she was telling me that they were watching my live, which was sent to them, together in the house that is half fallen down after the explosion. And she said to me something I'll never forget. Lovette, it feels like you are here with us right now. And we would really need your help in terms of reaching out to the government to facilitate and to make it quicker with the government, because we've been waiting for 9 months. And so far we have no flights. We have no information of when we can go. Some of us are still in contract. Some of us have run away from abusive work situations. And can you help us? So I initially thought my main job was to reach out to the Gambian government and ask for clarity, something that I did not get, which I proved to all of you in that conversation that I recorded. I wanted to know which house and which address the girls could run to and be there, which is under the Gambian domain, so that they can be safe, they can have roof over their head and food. I didn't get any answer. In fact, I was brushed off as if they didn't know who I was or my work, and I had emailed them prior to calling, telling them about my NGO and what I could help with. So after that happened, I made that public, and it seems like the miscommunication is clear for all of you to make up your own minds on what happened. But we have moved a long way since then. But that's when I started. So I sent the girls 10,000 Swedish crowns because some of them had been eating for a while. So they went out, they bought oil and potatoes and rice and food that they could cook. So they had food, basically. And some of them were injured, so they could also go to the pharmacy and get medication to be able to handle that pain. But the longer I spoke to them, the longer I realized I cannot just listen to their stories and say, Ndesan, I have to do something for them as well, because we don't need Ndesan in this life. we need more than that. We need action. So that's when I started getting more and more and deeper involved in this matter until I'm in the center of it seems.
Okay, you've talked about reaching out to government. I just wanted to know what steps did you take? Because yes, we did hear your conversation with Sekou, who is the communications officer, but I just wanted to know, because it's very important that we clarify certain things so that people would not just be speculating, or there would be a lot of rumors. So we just, and then at that point would help as well to know who could be held accountable for certain things that happened. So in terms of your communications with government, how did you start? What channels did you take? Who did you contact prior to your conversation?
Oh, your voice went there. So there is a lot. My first physical meeting with the spokesperson for the foreign ministry is recorded. So that is the only conversation I've had with this person, and they haven't responded to me in any given way since then. And I'm happy about that, to be honest. I emailed beforehand and I sent him a full introduction of myself, my work, and my wishes, and how I want to help these girls. I assumed the person would read that before we had a meeting. Clearly not, because they severely underestimated who I am, what I've done. And as you can see from my post today, I am not unfamiliar with dealing with foreign ministers. I am in contact with the Swedish foreign minister. I have met the Swedish prime minister. I have had meetings with the Swedish minister of equality. Ministers do not faze me. As long as I have something to speak about and an issue that I have to bring to their attention, I expect them to give me that decorum and respect that I approach them with. But I am filming you right now as we do this. My camera is on my side. I filmed him. I filmed every single person I've had meetings with, because I do not want anybody coming out to say, Lovette said this or Lovette didn't say this, when I have proof. There is no media even that I will do interviews with where I am not sitting here, I'll just bring it up, recording the conversation, because I shall not be misconstrued, I shall not be misunderstood, and I shall not be tarnished. Now, if a government official is not ready to speak the truth and give clear answers, they need to be held accountable from their own government, not even from me. But when that situation occurred, I realized that I'm talking to a wall. This is people that really don't even want to hear, because they probably know more than even me what has been ongoing. I have been involved 1 week, they have been involved 9 months plus. So what can I educate them on except ask them the basic question? When are they going to come back? Are you sending a flight to repatriate? But unfortunately, that has not been what they have been communicating. So there has been no misunderstanding, my sister. There has been no misunderstanding. There has been a willful degree of obtusity, people being willfully obtuse and deceiving people on what the reality is. Now we've reached a position where the girls trust only me, because they have seen me in action. When I say I'm sending you 10,000, it's in their hands within 1 hour via Western Union. So nothing I promise has been failed, and they will tell you themselves when they return what and how I have facilitated this. So It's up to you guys watching it. I don't need to clarify anything. Like I said, if I want to ruin my name, I'll do it myself. If they want to ruin their name, they'll do it themselves. What I do want to focus us on is today, the Gambian government, not via Sekou Ceesay perhaps, the Gambian government is facilitating and supporting me. And I'm grateful for that. So there are good people in our government, great people in fact. Yes.
Yes, we would definitely come into that. But like, the reason why I'm asking is not about tarnishing anybody's name, but it's more of just because there's policies and procedures of how things just work and happen. In terms of government, yes, it can take forever, which everybody complains about. But sometimes people don't reach out to the right people. So sometimes you might send in a letter and it never gets to the person.
Let me stop you there. The spokesperson of the foreign ministry's job is to direct me to the right person if they are the wrong person. Now, if you are a spokesperson, do what your job is and communicate. Do not go out and block the person from reaching Tangara, from reaching Natib, from reaching the right channels. So if I reach out to you, and I reached out to him nighttime, he gave me a time of 12 the next day, I waited. I was patient, very patient. It's his job to tell me, here is the email address for Tangara. Here is the email address for this person. He blocked me. He even unfriended me. That is not the job of a spokesperson. That is a petty young boy behavior.
That's very clear because, as you said, there's always somebody that you have to reach out to first before you get to whoever is responsible. But you've talked about how now you've come into kind of a partnership, or you're working together with government in ensuring that these girls get home safely. Can you just please elaborate a bit more on that and how the process have been? I know we've seen all the live videos. People had different views. People had said so many different things, but that is not really important or necessary. The fact that now you've already bought the tickets, and you did mention that you're working with the government. Can you just tell us how that is about and what's the position right now?
Unfortunately, I cannot comment on that. I will not comment on that because it is confidential information. We can't go out and make public government activities. If the government wants it known, they will make their own press statement. They will speak for themselves. I am done speaking for anybody. As long as I know things are moving forward, I'm happy. And I'm not here to point finger here or there. If government, somebody said, I believe it was a young gentleman said, the government has 100,000 employees. Every single one of them have a voice. Let them speak for themselves, because I can only speak for me. And right now, things are good.
Things are good. Okay, now let's talk about, because we understand that you've already bought the tickets, and we understand that the girls have got their emergency passports and everything is all set. When are they supposed to leave? Is it not tomorrow?
It's Friday, on the 4th of September, just to clarify.
Okay. I stand to be corrected, but I have been told that usually when you have your emergency passports, like, it's that country that should be your first port of entry, pretty much. You can do a transit, but you have to. That's not true. Okay, then that's fine.
They are in transit. Yeah. The emergency passport states clearly Beirut.
Okay, good. It's good that you have clarified that it did state that they can go via the car. So that's great, and that's excellent. So now, okay, in terms of you've talked about how when the girls get to Gambia, you would support them. But before we get into the support, we know we're in it's coronavirus time. So have the girls taking their coronavirus test, because we don't want a situation where they would get to the car and maybe they get tested and some of them would be positive, and that creates another problem as well. So we just want
before the girls leave Lebanon on Wednesday, they will be going to the general hospital in Beirut. Every single one of them, including the children, will be getting corona testing, and they will have their paperwork in 3 copies. That test is valid for 48 hours. So when they leave Lebanon, they leave 1 paper to guarantee they have no corona. When they arrive in the car, they present their corona paper, and then they enter a bus which they will not exit until Gambia. And then on the border into Gambia, they can prove themselves again. So I'm not bringing any corona-infested returning to Gambia. And when they come to Gambia, they will be quarantined for a week, which is according to the Minister of Health. So we're taking all precautions. I hope people don't underestimate how far my thought processes go.
I don't think people are underestimating it. It's just a matter of, like, people have different views. There's a lot of talk going around. So it's just always important that certain issues are brought up so it can be clarified. And then maybe if it was something that wasn't thought of, it could be something like, oh yes, actually, yeah, this is something that we need to do. So it's more of that. You've talked about supporting the girls when they get to Gambia. You talked about giving them money, right? So I just wanted to know, would the support just be physical cash that you would give them? And what would be the way forward in terms of just getting them reintegrated back into the society?
So this is very important for people to understand about my NGO. We are development partners. We facilitate in emergent and urgent needs. So getting them out of Lebanon comes under my jurisdiction. Getting them safely into Gambia is under my jurisdiction. Giving them wages that they have lost out on in Beirut is my jurisdiction. Then I'm handing over to the government, as well as to Fatou Jallow, who is the head of the Girls Against Trafficking. And they will have to facilitate the psychosocial, because I cannot be part of this. I have 3 other projects I have to complete, 3 equally important projects that is confidential right now. So I will not be with the women for the duration of their lifespan. I'm only here to facilitate returnation to Gambia. Money, so during Corona, they can actually take care of their family themselves, and those with children take care of the children. Then I'm not going to infantilize them. These are grown women. I'm not going to be holding their hand the whole way, but I will always be around as a mentor for Fatou Jallow, as a partner for Fatou Jallow, and she, as a local Gambian organization, can take the baton and run with it. So that is very important to know. We're development partners. So when I work in San Salvador, I financial help to a local organization, and they distribute and facilitate. I'm doing the same for Gambia here.
Okay, so basically you're handing over the baton to Fatou Jallow, and then she would work with the girls, and then they'll see what the way forward is. Right now, I would have to say this: you're the darling of the Gambia. If you go around social media, yes. If you go around social media, everybody's talking about Lovette. How I know this is something that you do, but I just wanted to know, how do you feel, especially right now that you've bought the tickets and the girls would be heading home to Gambia? How do you feel?
I think when people ask me how I feel, I can't give you an answer. I don't feel anything right now except stress, except panic over having 10 new gray hairs on my head in a span of 1 week. So I will not feel okay. I will not feel happy. I won't even know how I feel until my sisters are home. When they're home, you can give me a call, Oli. You have my number. Don't give it out now. You can call me and say, sis, how are you feeling? And I can tell you, I jubilate. But I cannot jubilate until they're on the soil of Gambia. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible.
Okay. And also, like, your NGO, would you be working with like local partners in Gambia in other projects? Is that just something that's in the pipeline, or is something that has been done before? Just can you let us know?
It has been done before, but if you ask Fatou Jallow herself, when I work with people, especially in my home country, I ask them not to speak about me, not to say my name, and not to tell them what I've done for them. Because that's just how I like to work, because I am not doing this for any, I get really, this past couple of days, you're saying I'm the darling. I have had panic attacks because I don't like attention. So the fact that I had to come out and speak publicly against the Gambian government and their inability to facilitate in the beginning is my worst nightmare. I don't like to open my mouth. In fact, I could have paid for these tickets and got them back home without saying a word. That's how I've worked before. That's how I will continue to work. And yes, there's plenty of projects in the pipeline. We have plenty of schools right now. It's rainy season's coming up. They're suffering, but they will sign a paperwork to say, do not mention Lovette Jallow or her NGO. Leave it alone. Because I know whenever a Gambian person does something good and you are hailed for it, the next turn is that people who hate will misconstrue what you say and will try to tarnish you without facts. I like facts. Critique me with facts and I will oblige and say, I am sorry if you are accurate. But if you open your mouth, and some of these people are big, big men, come with facts. Don't come with postulations that you cannot back, because I have respect for my elders, but I have more respect for the truth. So people should not underestimate me. But yes, plenty of pipeline. My vision right now, I announced before the Lebanon thing that my activism time is over. With my second book, I'm retiring as an activist, as a fighter. I'm going in as a humanitarian to put my time, my energy into my NGO for charity, but also not just charity, but helping people stand on their own feet, because nobody wants you to give them. They want an opportunity to do for themselves. So if the Gambia government welcomes me, I'm happy to help them with policies like I do in Sweden for various organizations, policies that are long-term for our young people, our creatives, our carpenters, everybody. Gambia has a lot of resources, and we can definitely use that to our advantage instead of selling it to countries such as China. We can do our own. I said what I said. Do not even look like I said what I said. I said China.
Okay, so now we talk about because I'm already distracted. But let's see. So what I was gonna ask is
It's distracting.
yes, but what I was gonna ask is how open are your doors? Because with this, I can guarantee you that you would have a lot of people knocking at your doors. You would have a lot of people saying, I need help. Because we've just recently seen another video from some girls in Turkey, but they're not talking about coming back home, but they were just talking about a different issue where they wanted support in terms of immigration status, something like that. So how open are you, and how can people reach out to you if they are in a situation and they would need your help?
I think the first immediate help is within Gambia. We need to work on our resources there and make sure they're being allocated correctly, because I do not have an infinite amount of money. I have money that I can use for large projects where we go through it with our board members, they approve. This project was approved within 15 minutes because I had all the facts and information, but we're several people behind the scenes. Some of them are mothers and fathers. They do not want to be public because they know the hate I get, who is a public face. So they want to be anonymous in the background, but they are members of the NGO and they help me with decision-making progresses. So someone emailing me, help me, doesn't mean I can help necessarily. There's a due process that we also have to follow, because we have to check what guidelines that we can follow legally before we can do that. This was easier because Beirut is not a risk country, but Gambia is not a risk country as well. But I wish I was a millionaire. And the more money I have, the more it goes back. Everybody who knows me knows I work full time. That is how I survive in my studio, my home. And then everything extra that I get goes into my NGO. So if it's empty, then I can't do much. But I'm happy to come to Gambia later this year, possibly in December, to meet with project managers and see how we can help them facilitate. But we're very selective and careful in how we work.
Okay, we'll just go back to the girls one more again. Can you just tell us what's their state of mind right now? Can you just share that with us? How do they feel?
I think the day that I told them that they can pick up their papers when the Gambian government liaised to release their papers, they were very happy. Some of them have said they've been crying because we're in the same group chat. They've been crying and saying that they can now sleep and dream about being back in Gambia. Whilst a few weeks ago, every day they wake up and they think they're in Gambia, then they realize they're in Lebanon and they cry. Some of them have not seen their family members for 9 years. Some of them, their mums and their dads have died. Many of them, all of them have been under very abusive situations. So I want people to be very careful and with that, have empathy for people, because you will never know what they go through. And even I will never know what some of the things they've gone through, and we share womanhood together. Right now, their state of mind is balanced. Some of them have packed their bags already. They're just waiting the days. We told them that they have to be at the airport at a certain time. They said they will be there the day before, sitting and waiting because they're ready to go home. The little baby in the group who is now calling herself Lovette Jallow. That's not her name, but she thinks she's Lovette Jallow because I've called so much. She's very happy. The consulate asked them today, "Are you happy to go home?" And she said, "Yes, I'm going to Gambia." So that should tell you their state of mind. But we still have certain things to iron out with the Lebanese government before they leave as well, because some of their madams don't want to let them go at all. They want to keep them there. So we're making sure the consulate does that part of the job as well to ensure that they can leave.
Okay, great. But in terms of raising awareness and sensitization, because a lot of people have talked about how these girls, some of them were not trafficked. It was more like they went to Lebanon to help themselves and their families. So in terms of raising awareness just for others that would not fall in this situation or in this trap. What is your NGO doing and your partnership with Fatou Jagne to ensure that more girls are aware that if you go to these countries, usually what you are promised is definitely not what you get when you reach there?
Do you know what? I'm very disappointed that Gambian television has not taken this opportunity to utilize the survivors that are in the Gambia, that know what they were promised. They were promised thousands of dollars a month to be a maid, to be a pharmacist. Why have Gambian media not amplified their voices, those who have lived this truth, so that they can educate the nation on the realities in Arab countries? The opportunity has been there for 2011, 2012, 13, 14. We're in 2020. Why are we still having this idea of sutura? Let's not talk about the abuse that happens in Arab world. Give them the voice. It's not even part of my organization to educate. I will educate when the girls are home. I will give each and every one of them a platform to speak for themselves about what they have endured, to deter our young girls from going there. But also Gambian media has a responsibility, and that includes you also, Oli. You have a big platform. I am not the only voice for trafficking. I haven't been trafficked, but it is trafficking when you promise a girl she's going to go work and allowed to send money back home, and she arrives in the country and you remove her passport, her papers, lock her in a room, rape her, beat her, abuse her, make her take care of your children, not allow her to call home. What is that if not trafficking? So people need to stop thinking that trafficking is we pick you from the and drag you to Lebanon. No, you have to be assisted and fooled and lied to even step on a plane. If they tell the girls you're going to be a slave, they're not going to go to Lebanon. So they were lied to. They were somebody, and it's black people doing this as well, because it's their own brothers and sisters in the Gambia that tell them, oh, I have a great opportunity. We'll fix the papers for you. Then you arrive and suddenly your employer needs you to sleep with him every night by force. So tell me that is not trafficking. Now that responsibility, the Gambian government better put on its pants, its underwear, and its shoes, and prepare and be ready that NATIP needs to do its job. They are the organizational body that is supposed to handle trafficking, and they've handled it very poorly. Piss poor is how they've handled it. Now everybody in these positions needs to wake up and understand these girls need help. They need help, and by help, I mean you need to allow them to tell their truth uncensored. Because if these young Gambian girls don't hear the truth that awaits them in Arab countries, they will never stop trying to go.
Actually, when somebody like Fatou Jagne, I think we can use her because she's been out talking about this. When she came back from Kuwait, I remember I was the one that actually we did an interview with her, and we gave her a platform, and I think other media houses as well gave her a platform. But that did not really stop. I think there's more that needs to be done, because Fatou Jagne has been all over the place talking about everything that happened to her uncensored, to the point that some people were saying, but she came out and she spoke about her experience. She talked about everything, and that did not really stop some girls still going. So for me, I don't know what should be the action point. Is it that people who are trafficking them should be held accountable at some point? What is
if you can traffic somebody, and I mean you've helped traffic tens of young Gambian women, and you're still allowed to walk the streets of Banjul, where is the repercussion? It's going to continue happening if you don't nip it at the root.
Yes.
You need to prosecute these people and make them an example for an entire nation, so nobody will tell lies and get girls to go. You need to persecute them. You need to help the girls, and you need to ensure these girls coming back, a perfect job for them would be to go around in schools and educate on trafficking, on the methods, on the realities. Why are we not having them? Why are we not having Fatou Jagne working at NATIP? It's beyond me. The right people need to be in right places. And Fatou is very angry, and she is rightfully so angry. Nobody who has lived that reality cannot be out here smiling saying, oh yeah, I've been trafficked. She is telling you the truth. I have seen the proof. I believe in her. I believe her. That's why when my mom says, speak to Fatou, I call Fatou. And everything I've heard is credible. Everything I've seen is credible, and she has put in so much time and effort for my organization in the Gambia. All I can do is applaud her. More Gambians like her.
Yes.
More be there with her, but I can't.
Talking about more Gambians like her, I think these girls, because for Kerfat, we are always open. We would definitely give them a platform if they're ready to speak. But we have a problem in Gambia, which is the culture of silence, the culture of not, coming out to speak, because your parents would even say, hey, bul dem. So I think I'm not sure how willing the girls are or how confident or courageous they are for them to come out and speak. But I think that is something maybe you're somebody that they trust. Nobody would be forced to say or do anything that they're not comfortable with. But I think that could be a starting point where these girls would be encouraged to speak to people about what they went through. So maybe that way we would have some people not taking the journey or going.
Whatever happens, the culture of silence is about to break in Gambia now. Because these girls coming back are warriors. They have survived atrocities. They are tired of being silent. They know that silence is the reason they're there. If somebody was more loud, they wouldn't have gone there. They're ready now to stand by my side and stop this and speak their truth. So the moment they're back on Gambian soil, let's continue praying. Gambia is about to hear something that will break an entire nation's heart. I don't want to say anything because it's not my story to say, but I've heard it and I've spent days crying. So Gambia, be ready to break this sutura silence. And the parents will be sensitized a week before they arrive. So starting Monday, we're calling in the parents to social distancing meeting to be sensitized before their children come home. Because we don't want to hear any parents saying, Bulwa, Buldefli. Advise them, care for them, love them. You are the reason they went to Lebanon to help you. So now you're going to listen to their reality, whether you like it or not.
That is very, very important, because I think the parents, they play a big role, because because some parents will go to the extent of saying, and we know how we all are.
Well, they like team anyway, so you cannot stop that. So you just need to try and live the best life according to our Quran, our holy book, the Bible. And that says we honor our mother and father, but we must also tell the truth. So who should we listen to? Allah, who says tell the truth and honor your mom and dad, or what? Are we going to listen to God only when it's suitable for our reality, or are we going to listen, period?
I'll let the people watching answer that. But yes. Okay, so just before we go, what is it that you really want to talk about to the guy? I know you do a lot of Facebook Lives, but Tay Mom, the girls are almost, legging you ex Gambia. And as you said, we don't know how you feel. Like until they get to Gambia, then you can sit down and reality would sink in and you know how you feel about this. But I just wanted you to talk about the way forward. I understand, as you said, you have projects in the pipeline and everything, but just tell us a bit about the way forward for the girls, for other girls, and for Gambia. And I would have been very happy if you just talk a little bit about your partnership or your collaboration with the Gambia government now. Because, I mean, we're all happy to hear you say that you guys are working together. And we just wanted to know how
we're working together. I did not say we're working together. I said we are doing the facilitation on their end. Yeah.
Together. Okay, so wait. Now let's come back. So right now, let me ask the question. Are you in any kind of partnership or any understanding with the Gambia government when it comes to these girls coming from Lebanon back to Gambia?
We are in clear understanding that you will either help me or get the hell out of my way. That's the understanding we have. That's all I can say. I cannot say anymore.
I know, but it's either or. So which one did the government choose?
To get out of my way.
And help you and work with you.
Oh, you said either or. So it's either get out of my way or help me. They've decided to not stand in my way anymore. And those that have the heart and the head in the government are really understanding of who I am and what I'm doing and are just helping when they can, So it's good terms. And like I said, if they want to talk about it and about me or anything that we have, they need to do it. Maybe with a better spokesperson, they need to do it. I don't want to talk beyond saying that, okay, this is something I want the Gambians to listen and open the ears, big time. The girls in this group are different political parties in the Gambia. They are different tribes in the Gambia. When I first entered the group, it was conversations about APRC or UDP or this or that. They don't care right now whether they're APRC, UDP, or Battle fans or non-Battle fans. We're all different political parties in this group, and we all have one aim: to get home, to have a better life. So the people outside of this group of girls need to do the same. No one cares what political party you are. Gambia is one. We need to unite. We need to have the best interest of the people at heart. Because I don't want to see people saying, oh, Lovette's words, we're going to use it against the government, or we're going to use it for this party or that party. I am in no party. I am in Lovette party. So I don't care who you are and who you favor. Understand that as Gambians, we need to stop looking at what divides us and start looking at what brings us together. Fula and Bambara have more in common than a Fula and a Arab. So let's start looking at what brings us together. That's what we need. Maybe we can reach a point where Gambia doesn't even have any political parties. It's just one central government. Can we get there? Can we just get there, guys? Can we focus on the task? We will focus. It will be Gambia government against poverty, not different parties with different agendas against poverty. We need to have a united front, or we will fall divided always, every single time. That's what I want. Yeah, that's my message.
Okay. Finally, before we go, as you said, you talked about this
question now. What's my favorite color?
What's no, this one I have to ask, Lovette, because this is very important, and this is something that we want. Well, some people do want. We've seen how you've worked and helped these girls, and that's something that we have to applaud you for, even though you might not want to take the credit, but then we have to say thank you very much, because a lot of people could have done it, and you came forward, and you have really, every day you're out there saying this has to be done. I'm not going to sleep until it's done. So that's something that we would clap our hands and say thank you, and then we would say the big thank you when the girls get to Gambia. But we would like to see you work with the government, because especially your NGO, especially in terms of how your humanitarian work is what you do. So this is something that we would definitely want to see you working with the government. So how open are you for that?
They have my number. They can just WhatsApp me or call me. There is no problem. I would pick up, as long as you know.
Would you not reach out as well to government and say, hey, let's work together on this?
No. Why? I don't need the Gambian government like that. I'm just here to facilitate. The Gambian people need me. That's why I work direct with Gambian people. Me, I'm not a politician. My grandmother was. I'm not. I'm not interested in politics. I will sleep through every political meeting if it's just blah, blah, blah. I like things to be very standard. Go, get to the point. If the Gambian government reaches out a hand to me, I will not bite it. I will not slap it. I will not walk away from it. I will be there and listen as a respectable person that I am, and I respect them. I respect you give me, I give you back. We have to meet on that level. So I would love to work with the Gambian government in some capacity, perhaps between Sweden and Gambia as well, to be able to facilitate donations, to be able to facilitate help directly to the people with the help of the government. But I will not be reaching out, because I don't need to reach out for a position in the government or anything like that. If they need my expertise, my help, anytime, day or night, I'm here. But I don't feel like with my NGO, my full-time job, my entrepreneurship, my book coming out, and a life filled with love and family, that I need to reach for fruits on a tree I don't even know where it is. Where the branches? Where's the branches? Where's the branches? So like, if they contact me, I will never say no to Gambia. Never, ever, ever will I say no to my motherland. Ever. but they must also understand who I am, what I can do, and invite me. And I will always try my best for my people. Always.
And we want Lovette as well to reach out to Gambia government, because some of the work that she has to do, especially when it comes to Gambians, she has to partner with them to make that happen. So we would expect Lovette to reach out to them as well if situations arises. You can do the whole fight again. And
this is not
conclusion again. But yes, if the need arises, we would expect Lovette to reach out to them as well.
Tell the government my name is Lovette. I love people. Work with me, we will have love all
That's
day,
what
every day. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Final words before we go.
Well, you didn't even ask me what my favorite color is, so I guess we're done. My favorite color is pink, always pink.
Great.
No final words, just be safe out there. It's Corona. Social distance, wash your hands, wear gloves, wear masks. Try your level best not to spread this horrible disease that is going around in the world. Gambia is 2 million people. We need every single one of you to be safe. Okay? Stay in school.
I'll say thank you very much for having you. It was a very interesting discussion. A lot of things have been clarified, and I bet the people that are watching would understand more about what the situation is, even though you don't really want to elaborate on certain things, but I'll let that pass. But yes, and just a message for the girls that are coming, and for people out there to just support them, because that's what they need. They don't need to be worrying has or this and that has happened to this person. People should not be judgmental, especially what they've gone through. So, and finally, we're just saying thank you very much for your support, and also we're saying thank you very much to Gambian government for at some point you both reaching at a level to ensure that this happens. And for Fatou and all the girls, and for everyone else, like girls that have been trafficked, we're saying it will be better. And for girls that are at home, if you're promised a good job in the Arab countries, please think about it before you actually embark on the journey. And once again, from the Kerr Fatou team, we say thank you very much to you.
Thank you so much, darling Oli. Thank you.
Bye.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see that.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw skin care plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skin care products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skin care products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentee tamit si ay dàlla man nag skin care mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox skin care plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème picture boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii
Love like fire. Bring my
Welcome to the TOK service.
What is TOK?
This is an amazing service from AfriCell that enable you to choose one AfriCell number to talk to for a period of 1 month. 30 days for $150 only. To subscribe to the service, send SUB to 135 and follow the instruction.
The TOK service from AfriCell is accessible, reliable, and affordable, giving you 1,000 minutes to say all you can for 1 month.
For more info, call 111.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.
Miss B Designer Outlet is the #1 quality and affordable stop shop for all your needs. Get your evening dresses, suit and ties, office wears for both ladies and gentlemen, beach wears, sport wears, pure leather shoes for men, quality belts, bags, heels for all beautiful ladies, original perfumes, accessories, and a lot more. Find us at Kololini Road opposite Gaddafi Mosque at the Aqua Preacher Station, or call us on 295-3411 or 764-2486. Miss B Designer Outlet. Shop right, look good.
yara nyilla domoro ka diate
boy jannon CK's restaurant
sa na ko be ni na dimbal nimbe domoro kala janno
domoro seneyata adiyata topotoro fanan kendema bije luntan during tamala abeka domoro ki janni adi manda wala de teka we bijele anim fanan ka fadi jang ikono e fa e ka fa minne ko pastry anim bakery iko fanan be kalele badde lomba conference lomba workshop lomba ye fo fendin lon dunia kono domoro betama nyillom international otoda number 1
amanke ba domola jandama
esa domo jang is atariya
wo mu kubandi
sa na ko sa futandin
oto sa na ko be mu CK's restaurant
ndafa na janna mu yak ni manje dorom bijam
aban
CK's restaurant, known for best quality food and customer satisfaction.